Thank you. I have a book, but it's not long. It's not long. No, it's not long. And I'm not long-winded, so I'm just going to get it out. I want to thank Jordan and the Tuesday night Bible study for praying for my grandson. Okay, wait a minute. What he is going through is an issue, but the worst part of it, he's not going to have to go through. I'm not going to mention, but I want to thank y'all. And I've been doing last week I told you, when you came over here, you was over there and you said pray for the children, and I told you I added my grandchildren to it too. So I told you I heard fresh wind and fresh breath, and a lifting came out of me, and so it was like a burden was just dropped. I was like, thank you, Lord. So I still did the 11:58 and the 12 o'clock. Even though I got to be at work at 3 o'clock in the morning, I still did it. And while I was down there, for one thing, my grandson did rededicate his life to Christ. He did. That's why I got to write it down. And as I laid prostrate by my bed, and if y'all remember the Winans, that old song, It's Going to Be All Right, it's just the way he planned it. Hold on. You know what? That came into my spirit, and I was like, okay, that's good. I'm satisfied. It's going to be all right. But I still need to keep him in prayer, because he's going through some things that the world done kind of got a hold of him, but they ain't got a hold of him. He's going to be delivered. So I want to thank you again, Jordan, because you told me I was going to bring back a good report. So yeah, it's working. And I do want to share one more thing. As I was praying this morning, I was reading Yvette's thing that she does on the email. And so while I was praying and everything, and I read it, and then a thing popped on my phone, and I realized 2 years ago today, I was on my way to work, and a car came from behind me on 50, and all I saw was dust, dirt, and I said, Lord, he's going to hit me. He said, just keep going and pull over. So I pulled over, and the car sped in front of me, ended up on the freeway this way. And I went on the side, and I went farther up, and I said, well, I'm going to park. I'm going to call 911. I don't know what's going on. So then thank you, Lord. So then when people were coming, and some little homeless guy came from out of the freeway and said, the guy is laying in the road. You got to tell him to come. I'm like, what? I got to tell him, He said, you got to tell him. So I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to get up. And I'm going to get out my car, because I figured that was the safest place. So I got out, and I said, you got to get off this freeway. You could get run over. And I was on the phone with 911. And he was saying, is the guy hurt, or it might have been a hurt? Is he hurt? What's wrong? I said, he's just laying out. He won't get up. And then I think he heard me talking, and then he got up, and he jumped up, and he ran over to the railing. And I heard this screech, and I knew another car had hit. Me and the homeless guy jumped over the railing, went down the embankment, and was like, oh. So I'm parking like where they are right there, and the car is over here. But when I came over the embankment, side of my car was smashed in. Oh, I got out, and I thanked him. I came up the embankment. If I hadn't got out, and it was only the Lord that told me to go check on that guy, because I told you I would have been sitting in that car. Thank you, Lord.